Welcome, Flytribe and the Solution Seekers, and welcome to the Painful Truth podcast, where we dive deep into the depths of uncomfortable topics, from health and fitness all the way to the painstaking topic of politics. Are you ready to unite and find solutions together? Let's go. Today's podcast is all about how to be honest with yourself in order to grow as an aerial athlete. Welcome, Flytribe, to the Painful Truth podcast, where we dive deep into uncomfortable topics in order to grow as a human. I am a firm believer when you sync up to the right frequencies and energies in the world, in life, then you can really tap into real enlightenment. Okay, and when these frequencies really align and find that alignment that occurs, abundance overflows. All right, so are you stuck? Are you stuck anywhere in your life? Maybe in your aerial practice. Are you stuck in your aerial practice? Are you feeling plateaued? So I want you to first of all, remember we are human, all right? And this feeling of feeling stuck is temporary and it's common. And that's why we need to relax and really learn how to have grace upon ourselves, right? And really learn how to give it away, let it go. And I know that's such a cliche, statement, but when I really learned how to let it go and what that really meant, to give it to the higher creator, and really let God take care of the struggles and the chaos. And, really, I felt this huge lift off my entire body and being. And when you're able to do that, then everything in your life becomes more abundant, more just better and better. Like you up level in all areas of your life. It's really quite an amazing phenomenon, okay? But going back to your aerial practice, the way you train could be hindering your progress. And this is a great time to sit back and reflect on what is happening and what you're doing in your aerial training to cause this plateauing or this, stagnation in your training and practice. And when we really allow ourselves to sit back and reflect and, think about what is going on within our practices, we become more aware, consciously and subconsciously. And when we're able to do that, we're literally able to grow as a human being and as an aerial athlete. So think about it, these are some of the questions you might ask yourself. Are you free-flowing too much in your aerial practice? Are you skill building too much in your practice, in your training? Are you not consistently training? So just ask yourself some of these questions. And I know at this point, some people might be saying, and I get this a lot in my students, in different students that I've had over time. And even myself, I go through it myself. I'm not perfect. This is just a human trait that occurs, okay? Excuses occur. The first thing we say is, oh, I don't have enough time to do all of that was just listed all above. Or, I don't have the money to do aerial classes and to do weightlifting and to do yoga. Whatever the excuse is, it's important to become aware of what that obstacle, which that is an obstacle in your pathway, that is in your way of succeeding to your ultimate goal, which is up-leveling. We should always be aiming to up-level in all areas and aspects of our life. And when you're constantly saying these things to yourself, it becomes almost like a mantra. Oh, I don't have time. Oh, I don't have the money. Oh, I don't. Oh, I don't. Oh, I don't. This becomes ingrained in the subconscious. And when that becomes ingrained in the subconscious, in the spiritual realm, then that's what manifests in the physical. And it is a true thing when you may hear about manifestation happening in the physical realm from our thoughts. And that's why words are so important. You have to be very careful on the wording that you use. And I always use the story about my 8 cats that I have. You know, I was just out there telling God that I thought I wanted a cat for my other cat that I inherited from my niece. And then all of a sudden the Humane Society called me and asked if I could foster this pregnant cat and that was about to give birth. And I was like, oh, okay, fine, I'll do it, because they made it sound urgent. Well, come to find out, she was just barely pregnant, and I just loved the cat. I named her Raja, and needless to say, she had cats, and she had 6 kittens, okay, and they are amazing. So I tried to, I fostered them. That was the idea. Now I tried to adopt them out, but I only got 1 hit, and I will be honest, the poor rescues around town are so busy and so flowed that it was just difficult for them to even begin to help. So I don't blame them, certainly not. But I ended up just taking that self-responsibility and just asking God to really provide for me and ask him to provide for these cats, and I just decided to adopt them myself. So that made me I had Crowley from my niece, that was 1, Raja, the mom, and then she had 6 kittens. So that meant I had 8 cats. So I always kind of joke about it and saying, I said I wanted a cat, not 8. So you have to be very clear and very careful on the wording that you use in the universe, because, like I said, everything is made out of frequencies and energy, and we have to create the good frequencies in order to manifest what we truly want. So this is where the solution comes in, and really honing in on those obstacles that are in our pathway that are creating us to not accomplish our goals. And whether that's up-leveling in your practice or, pushing past that plateau in whatever you're doing, right? The solution is self-responsibility. And once you really understand what that means and really grab it and just freaking do it, then it becomes so easy to feel up-leveled and like you can do something with ease and with perfection and more at an expert level. But this takes knowing what needs to be done. And that goes back to that reflection that I was talking about, and being honest with yourself and what needs to change in order to make it happen. And as an aerialist, I know better than anything, you guys don't mind being uncomfortable. So whatever that is that you need to do, whether it's waking up earlier in the morning and knowing that you're going to be tired, knowing that you're going to have to condition yourself and that it's going to take effort and you're going to be uncomfortable even more than you normally are. But just knowing that you have the power to do it. Even if that means going to bed earlier. This was hard for me personally because I got in the habit of watching Netflix. But I'll be honest, with everything going on, I have boycotted Netflix. So it's become easy for me to exit out of my life. And it's only toxic. I hate to tell you guys, get rid of the screen, get rid of watching TV, go to bed early so that you can get up early and accomplish the things that are going to really make a difference in your life and in the world. So I just want to recap a little bit here and just remember that this is a great time for you to learn how to be honest with yourself. And the way you can do that is really allowing yourself to reflect on why you're plateauing, on why you're stuck, whether it's in your aerial practice or anywhere else in any area in your life. So I conclude this episode today, Flytribe, in just, giving you the message to don't be afraid to sit back, reflect, Be okay with being more uncomfortable in order to grow. All right, Flytribe, so you just finished an episode on how to be honest with yourself in order to grow as an aerial athlete. If you enjoyed this episode, make sure you leave a comment and a review on iTunes or anywhere you're listening to this episode. And make sure to share it with your friends on social media. And if you enjoyed this episode, friends, well, make sure you post it on your Instagram. Make sure to tag at flying.fitnesstx. And you will be entered to win one of Flying Fitness's online programs. Until next time, we'll see you soon. And remember, create the life that you want.